Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is VTech Guy. We're here with Lenny today. We got Mullins and Uncle John. They're not as crazy anime guys or know much about Dragon Ball Z, so they're gonna take the back seat. But you guys can still say hello if you want to, or not.
Hey, what's up?
Cool. So
Kidnapped?
Lenny, we've been reading this little book. It's and let me get the full name of it. All right. It is called and it's a long one. It's called Dragon Ball Side Story: The Case of Being Reincarnated as Yamcha. It is a side story being written currently. It has
And the story has a longer title than anything.
I know. They had their first episode, or not the first episode, but the first part of the story written in December. Now that we're approaching 2017, hopefully they're going to have parts 2 and 3, and hopefully more, because I think we have a good theory on this. So basically the story runs down, you're playing as Yamcha, or yeah, playing as Yamcha, but there's a kid who's like, I'm the best Dragon Ball Z Dokkan. It's a great phone game, by the way, I'll say that. And what happens is, you know, he sees a hot girl, he's like, I want to get a closer look. He trips, snaps his leg, dies. Straight up, nicest way to put it. And he's reincarnated as Yamcha. He goes through, he's like, oh, I know what happens next. I can prevent myself from dying, so I'll spend the next so many years training. And what he does is, well, actually, we'll say that a little bit towards the end. So basically, the story jumps ahead a little bit to the fight where he's about to die with either Cybermen. He actually kills all the Cybermen, or they kill themselves. He doesn't actually beat them up, but they kind of just jump at him and explode and everything, and he uppercuts one and whatever, but they all die, and he stays alive this time instead of just being killed by the first one, you know what I mean? So it's revealed, Piccolo's like, what the heck? He's over here, and there's a flashback of he went and talked to what's his name, Super Kami Guru. Yes,
the fatter Piccolo.
Yeah, Super Kami Guru from Planet Namek. And he got the the Namekian Dragon Balls and unlocked his true potential. Basically, that's what happened. Now I don't think he actually got the Namekian Dragon Balls, but I think he went there and did get his true potential there in terms of that story, because he had to translate it. But we have this theory where, what's next? Is he going to fight, Vegeta and Nappa, or is Goku going to come in and beat him up? So no matter what happens there, it's about what happens at Namek. Because ultimately...
Yeah, on the Frieza saga.
Ultimately, they got to go to Namek. Because someone's probably going to die here or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so many things you can prevent. Like, the whole Gohan almost being killed and Piccolo, risking his life. There's so many aspects of this of where they could go with it. But ultimately, somebody probably will die, because at the end of the day, Yamcha isn't Super Saiyan. He has his full potential, but he's still probably just not there yet. And
the idea is basically, me and Tech were looking at this, and there are a lot of key moments in Dragon Ball Z where people do need to die for good things to happen. And one of them is Krillin.
Yeah. So what happens here is that we're getting to... Krillin has to die, basically, for Goku to go Super Saiyan. And the story could take a big turn by if Yamcha has his emotions, he gets too emotional about this and he saves Krillin. Because if he saves Krillin from dying and he doesn't die, or Gohan doesn't die, or someone close to Goku doesn't die, Goku will never go Super Saiyan.
Yeah,
now,
how could he unlock that potential?
Exactly. And that could cause a whole nother problem of, could Frieza become so powerful that he could kill them all? You know what I mean? Like, and not just that, but you look at all these parts where the story could transform if Yamcha's emotions gets most of them, or the guy, who's been reincarnated as Yamcha, because he knows the story. Because he said that. He said knowing the story helps him, because he knows what he can do and can't do, but at the same time, he doesn't know how that will affect it. Because he just took out himself dying. Yamcha dying, okay, he died, he was our buddy, but it's really Piccolo's death that I think took it over the edge. You know what I mean? I think Piccolo's death and Tien and Chiatsu, maybe all of them combined with Yamcha, was a big reason to be like, hey, we need to go bring them all back to life. Especially because the
yeah,
Namekian
it's
Dragon
really
Balls.
Weird.
Yeah, it's not.
First
just
of all, I
Yamcha
want to
dying.
say
So,
First of all, I want to say I don't understand why they would give a side story to one of their lamest characters.
I think it is interesting though when you think of where you could go from here, but I guess nerdy guy gets reincarnated as a nerdy weak guy also, and so he's he knows the story and he can manipulate it, but
what if he was reincarnated as like Mr. Satan?
That would I guess that would jump ahead too much in the story, because they started off in Dragon Ball, the original. He's with Bulma, he's geeking out, he's like wants to get with her, and what
I'm good.
yeah
I'm good as Bulma.
yeah, and but he's like, no, I need to train, because he knows that basically the whole point is Yamcha decided, hey, I'd rather become a great baseball player and stop training after he loses the World Martial Arts Tournament. Now, the story never tells what happened at the World Martial Arts Tournament.
Once you see a kid turn into a monkey, look, once you see a kid turn into a monkey, you want to give up everything. There's no way you could top that. Wolfgang Fist can't beat Giant Ape.
Yeah, I'm actually waiting for that, because that has not happened yet. The Wolfgang Fist has not happened yet. So it makes me wonder, could the Wolfgang Fist at full potential kill Nappa? Because you know how Goku had, the Kaioken or whatever to defeat Nappa. Well, could the Wolfgang Fist be able to defeat him? Plus, if Vegeta isn't prideful and kills Nappa and Yamcha does, what's that going to do for their fight? And how is that going to, play in? Because I know full potential is only so much at the end of the day, because technically didn't Krillin and Gohan get their full potential unlocked at Namek, but as you see there, Krillin still died. So,
well, in defense, like Krillin is a human.
Well, so is Yamcha though. He at the end of the story, he'll never go Super Saiyan. Like, I don't know how they could plot twist it for him to go Super Saiyan or anything, but
well, can you? I'm wondering, like, with the Dragon Balls, not just Earth but Namek and all that, is it possible for people to like wish to be Super Saiyans?
I don't know. That'd be a interesting twist on it. I guess, I don't know though. I don't know if they would play that aspect early on. That seems like something that come like the Cell Saga, because I could definitely see Yamcha doing the Cell Saga and potentially winning it. But you gotta also think, that's after the androids. Like, what's gonna go on with the androids? Because technically, Yamcha is supposed to have a hand right through his chest because of Dr. Gero, android 19 or 20, the old guy.
Yeah,
Dr. Gero.
yeah, Dr. Gasparo.
Yeah, he just puts the hand right through him. So
I hope I got that name right. If I did, I'm gonna be very proud of myself.
Yeah, plus you gotta think, how is future Trunks gonna play into this, because so there's tons of aspects there. I think what I'm looking forward to is, and I hope they utilize this in the story, is that they have the Patara rings. I really want to see that being utilized, because I think if they use the Patara rings earlier than what they used it, that could be really helpful to the to Yamcha's, because at the end of the day, I think it's Yamcha's story. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, it's the nerdy kid Yamcha trying to be the star of the show, even though it's very clearly obvious that he's too lame to be the star of the show.
And plus, end goal, I don't know what the end goal is. I don't know if there's only going to be the 3 mangas or whatever for this side story, or if they'll go all the way out and they'll go to the Cell Saga. They go to the very end of the Majin Saga and see how it would have turned out in the end. But it's a nice start. Definitely good ways to branch off from this very long title name. But
I wish it was a little longer. It was just like very short pages, and then said, "See you in 2017. Bye."
Yeah, yeah. They had what? Can I actually see how many pages? I might have to count. I don't.
Minus the cover, they didn't really have anything. It was he was talking to Goku and Bulma. Then he ended up with the Cybermen stuff, and that was it.
Yeah.
It was like
So there's
It was,
I mean, there's at least like 20 some pages around
well, yeah,
there.
but
There's a
like
good bit.
it tells
25 some.
virtually nothing.
True.
This was kind of like a small kid giving you a story and saying there will be more later. I promise.
True. But
oh, and I want to make it clear that this kid fell off down the stairs because he was trying to look up a girl's skirt.
Yeah. So, I mean, but it plays into
already
Yamcha.
a likable character.
It plays off Yamcha though, so.
Yamcha is allergic to vagina. Okay, he's not. He's not a pervert.
Oh,
he's just
that makes me wonder.
Females.
That makes me wonder. Also, we haven't got into this. Yamcha and Bulma. Could Yamcha prevent, this kid knowing his knowledge? Could he prevent Vegeta? Yeah, could he prevent Vegeta shacking up with Bulma? And could Trunks become the son of Yamcha or something else? But
no. The big thing that I see right now, story potential wise, is the Vegeta part. Mainly because if we know Vegeta and Goku did not Goku barely won. He was getting his ass kicked and murdered. Like, if Yamcha beats the shit out of Vegeta, Vegeta's not gonna come back and try to get payback. Just got his ass rocked by a human.
Like, not even a Saiyan at that point.
Like, that could easily prevent a lot of the stuff from happening in the story, including in the Android Saga. Like, because Vegeta turned Super Saiyan to help Goku during his heart attack. So how's that going to happen with Yamcha? Okay, this is a stupid premise, but there's a lot of story potential happening. With this story, it
all depends on where they want to go with it at the end, which could be really neat. I think like I've hinted on with the new thing that was in the back of my mind, that the whole Trunks thing. Because, it's always like future Trunks shows up and is like, hey, here's a warning. Now it's like Yamcha knows all this, but at the same time, if he changes the, history too much and how everything should, pan out, how is future Trunks going to be like? How is he going to react to that? Be like, oh, I wasn't prepared for this. Like shoot.
Like, future Trunks comes in with Yamcha's hair.
Yeah, he's like, purple. Dad, and he's like, oh shoot, did get with Bulma. But
no, like, imagine his move. What's his move? Like the
Fang Fist, or
no, not
Trunks, the burning attack.
Yeah, imagine the burning attack with a Wolf Fang Fist. That'd be amazing.
Because he'll be human.
Well, that's
the biggest thing. Trunks will be human at that point. So.
Trunks will be human, so you'd have to only learn martial arts.
Yeah, he wouldn't be a half Saiyan. He'd be human, so...
Well, it also still plays in...
So...
Yeah, this is great story potential if these damn writers do it right. There's a lot of stuff that they could easily mess up in, but there's a lot of stuff that is just handed to them on a silver plate. And hopefully... we got to see it in 2017.
All right, so it's 2017 already, so hopefully this is going to happen. But, like I said, everybody, what do you think about our theories? You think they're great? Think they're horrible? Anyways, we would love for this to get to the writer, just to see what his thoughts are. But anyways, everyone, keep it safe as always, and we'll hear from you all next time.
Someone please translate this to the writer.